most famous physical therapist on the internet.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Shaw, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical
Get
therapist.
to work, Brad.
Well.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
Today we're going to talk about the top 5 ways to relieve muscle soreness and recover faster. Plus, we're going to talk about 3 you should probably avoid. They're just not going to work as well.
Well, that's good to know. Pluses and minuses.
Yeah, plus if you're new to our channel, please take a second to subscribe to us. We provide videos on stay healthy, fit, pain-free, and we upload every day. Also, you're definitely going to want to go to bobandbrad.com this week. Go to the giveaway section because we're giving away a Sleepovation mattress.
He said mattress. We're
Yes,
giving a nice Sleepovation mattress.
This is not a full mattress. This is just a little sample of it, but it's got 700 individual mattresses. It's got air channels, so it's nice and cool. Provides a comfort you just won't find on a regular mattress.
I love mine, Bob.
Yeah, I do too. You don't use that word lightly. By the way, you can also go to TikTok and Twitter and Instagram if you want a 60-second version of our program.
There you go.
So what we're talking about here, Brad, is DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. This is the kind of soreness. Brad, when I was in college, believe it or not, I used to lift weights almost like an hour to an hour and a half every day. 5 days a week.
5 days a week.
Yeah.
Weekdays.
And I was sore all the time.
You thought that was good.
I thought that was good. And I was in pretty good shape, but I was pretty strong. But I think I could have been a lot stronger and a lot better shape if I would have. So
trained a little more wise.
Yeah, by the way, did I tell you what? I used to eat a whole box of hamburger helper along with a whole pound of hamburger in one setting. I mean, that's how much you could eat back then. So, you know.
Oh, you just ate because you're hungry? Because you thought that was going to help bulk
No, I
up.
was that hungry. I mean, I could, I was 6'6", weighed 225, and, it was all muscle. So anyway, I'm off on a tangent here. So anyway, when you get DOMS, what's happening is during the eccentric movement. So let's say I'm doing bicep, Brad.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it up. That's concentric. Mm-hmm. On the way down, that's eccentric. Under tension, that's where you can cause microscopic tears.
Right.
I remember doing plyometrics once.
Sure.
Where, oh my God, did I get sore?
What were you like doing? Push-up ones or
no,
jumping, hopping?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you really get a lot of eccentric motion on there, and they really. The problem with the DOMS, and it's part of muscle growth. But if you get too much, it can negatively impact your training. They found one study where it reduced your force capacity by 50%. So like if you were really sore the next day, you could only lift about half of what you could normally lift. So I remember we used to say this, and it's so true today, Brad. You got to listen to your body.
Right.
And it's just not good to work through if your body's just saying, no, I need time to rest.
Right. There's one thing to work through that fatigue, but if you're fatigued all the time and your body's saying, I need a rest,
you're not doing yourself any favor.
Right. Then it's time. You can still do a really light active recovery workout.
We got them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jumping ahead.
So we'll talk about the 5 right here now. Number 1 is actually sleep.
Oh.
This is very interesting, Brad. I found LeBron James, superstar athlete.
Basketball player.
Yes. After a game night, how much does he sleep? Take a guess.
He's probably out partying.
No, he's not. And that's the thing. 12 hours.
Oh.
And he is a personal nutritionist and trainer and all that. Active, very, very important for recovery is to get that sleep. So a lot of times they said he does 12 hours and maybe even a nap along with it. So I used to harp on this with my son. It's like, this is an important part of the training as it is the training itself.
Sure.
You got to have that recovery time.
Exactly.
So I did used to sleep a lot in college. I remember,
did?
Like it was an absolute sin to have a class at like 9 o'clock. Like, are you serious? Who gets up at that time? So number 2, you definitely want to ease into workouts, and especially if you're just beginning. But even if not, when you start trying to ramp up a little bit, you don't want to go crazy right away because you're just going to get so sore. Right. You're just going to set yourself back. So lower weights, lower reps to start off with.
Especially if you're older, if you're 50 years and older, boy, you really better consider taking your time getting into things so you don't injure yourself.
And then you're really set back.
Right.
Yeah, when you were younger, it was a matter of soreness, and now it's a matter of injury. Yeah. So take it from us. Number 3, this really helps a lot, especially if you can do it immediately after the workout, or they even say up to 1 to 6 hours later. You do foam roller, massage. You can use a softball or a tennis ball. We're gonna show you one today, Brad. Here, this is a new unit by Renfo. It's called the R3 Mini Massage Gun. These are the cutest little thing.
Yeah, these are very popular now, and you'll see
massage
them all
guns.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a little less expensive. Very well made. Wouldn't you say, Brad? You're the guy. You're the guy that can tell. So it's even got an air thing what's that called?
Well, it cools it
down.
It cools it down with air cooling.
Yeah. So it's got 5 attachments, and this is the best attachment I've seen so far now. Because
this is a nice
attachment. It's rubber and it's air filled, kind of.
Yep.
Right.
It's a little spongy.
So
and it's broad. It doesn't have that pointy. It's nice to get in sometimes, but
if you want the point too, it can do that.
This is the one I would use 80% of the time.
I agree.
As one like they a lot of them have the round ball, which is good.
Yeah.
But I think this is a step in the up. This is like the primo.
This one that goes on either side of the spine can work out.
I've never used that one. I'm not sure if I can imagine a couple of places I might want it, but
it gets you right in the eyes.
Why, Bob? Why?
Okay, go ahead and turn it on, Brad.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Stick it on, and what you're gonna want to do is you're going to want to massage. Sounds simple, but you want to massage the muscles that you worked out that day. You don't have to massage your whole body. Just so let's say you did a leg workout. You want to hit the quads. You want to hit the hamstrings. You want to hit the buttocks. So, and what's nice about these guns, they don't tire out. Your hands are going to tire out. If you have to use a ball or a foam roller, it gets a little awkward trying to get into all those positions.
Yeah.
This thing...
Ooh.
Yeah, I really use it for my hip a lot because it's just so easy to do.
I got up and I rode 21 miles on my bike and had 4 climbs. Aggressive
climbs. Yeah, you got to do this.
This is feeling really good because my quads are, if you bike a lot, when you're climbing, especially when you stay in a saddle, man, those quads really get a nice workout.
So when will you bike again?
Tuesday, 2 days from now.
So yeah, you should be doing this.
Yeah, you're right. The roller's good too. I like the roller.
The roller's good.
This is more fun than the roller. I can tell you that much.
So number 4 was the one that Brad was alluding to, is active recovery. So what you want to do is like the next day, you could do low intensity, or even after the workout, you could do a cool down. Do you do a cool down?
Usually I try at the end. I'll just not go so hard.
You don't do a cool down.
Sometimes I do, Bob.
You don't. You're just not the cool down person. No, he's not.
Like when I run, I walk 100 yards before I stop.
This is our camera when her husband said he saw you and your wife. I think you were canoeing, or I don't know if you were on a bike.
Yeah.
And he said you were like going 100 miles an hour.
Like I was chasing my wife. I was trying to get her to the front, get in the front of the canoe.
You have one speed. So active recovery. So you're going to do low intensity use of the same muscle group. So if you're biking, you want to do some really slow biking, low intensity biking at the end.
One thing about active recovery, I took a class on this, and you want to work with your heart rate, but it's like amazing, particularly if you're like me and you have this 2-speed on and off. It's hard to do it because you have to go so light that it feels like you're not even working out. It's like, why am I doing this? But just enough to get blood flow, fresh blood to these injured areas without working and re-injuring them.
Yeah, and you won't get as sore. Like like I said, if you did a leg workout, even going on a stationary bike, almost no resistance at all, and just getting some movement, it's going to make a big difference. Number 5, it does help diet-wise to take in some additional proteins, and it's pretty universal that you take the omega-3s, like fish oil, and water, hydration. You got to drink a lot of water.
Oh yeah, you can hardly not drink enough water. I was teaching a class once in cycling. I was telling the class, drink as much water as you want. You can't drink enough water. One of these guys in the back, like, that's not true. You can overdrink water, which is true. If you force yourself to drink so much water, you get reverse osmosis.
But if you're listening to your body,
reasonably, if you drink,
Yeah.
It's more than most people do, that's for sure.
Right. So these are the three that we're not that thrilled with.
Okay.
They're not terrible to do, but just static stretching, research just doesn't support it. That, you know, the static stretching after a workout, it doesn't, help muscle recovery.
Oh, for the recovery part.
Yeah.
That's, and I kind of think that's going to go back and forth over the years, or
It
as
might.
far as flexibility, maybe for different.
Flexibility is good, but I'm saying muscle recovery.
Okay, right. So there's always
number 2, ice baths. Now they can help with the inflammation, they said, but it can hinder your muscle growth and strength, according to the studies. So of course they're not fun to take either. I mean,
but there's. What was a football player? I guess Reggie White, when after a football game, he would
isn't Reggie White a baseball player?
Yeah, get out of here. The Packer guy.
Oh, he's a Packer guy? I don't know.
No, he would. That's what I think.
Yeah,
I remember.
A lot of them do that.
Ice water, and it's like
right.
And
I've seen them where they get right up to their neck.
Yeah, and so they're professionals. They do what they need to do, I guess.
Number 3, there's a lot of talk about caffeine, and they actually has found that it does help with muscle recovery.
Really?
You need to do like 3 or 4 cups before you work out, though.
What?
3 or 4 cups of coffee, so it's a lot, and that's what the negative part is. That's
well, you
why
have to go pee all the time then.
Well, you gotta pee all the time, and also it wouldn't be good if you did a workout in the afternoon or night. I mean, I'm not that, to be honest, Brad. I'm just not that big a fan of caffeine. I've taken caffeine all my life.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Well, you never drank much diet.
I drank. Yeah, I drank it. I never drank coffee.
Right.
But I did have it in other forms, through pop and stuff.
You don't have to tell us, Bob.
Okay. I mainlined it. So, all right. Remember, Brad and I can fix just about anything.
Except for
a broken heart.
But we're working on that too.
Yeah, I feel like we're not working
well,
hard
this
enough.
is related to that because this is a muscle recovery. So the broken heart is like a muscle.
Related.
We're going to
You
get
always think it's related.
Yeah, maybe we can do an active recovery
All
thing.
right. Thanks for watching.